Welcome to the final episode of WaterparkRanger, so let's play Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. In this episode, we are fighting this dude. To my knowledge, the only optional boss of the game besides Atomic Boo, who's in Creepy Steeple. This guy's much harder than Atomic Boo. First time I played the game, it's hard to say. This was definitely one of the most intense bosses I've ever fought. Even if it wasn't necessarily the hardest, it was one of the most intense. So, what's this guy capable of? We'll tattle and find out, which is something I rarely do. One thing that you'll commonly see me doing this boss is being incredibly, indecisive about what moves I'm going to use. So just bear with me. Nice. Stylish. That's Bonetail. He's the oldest brother of Hooktail. So old he's just bones. In fact, wow. Now that's old. His body's max HP is 200, his attack is 8, and his defense is 2. He has various breaths that might confuse us or put us to sleep, which is why we have Feeling Fine equipped. When his HP gets low, he'll recover, or reanimate, as the case may be. He's probably stronger than the last boss, seriously. Let's do this right. Yeah, well, he's certainly got more base HP than the last boss. Although the fact that the Shadow Queen can recover so much HP, and take it from your own, means potentially she could have more HP than him, but that's unlikely. Anyway, 200, that's really nothing to sniff at. What I'm going to do is Powerlift. Powerlift is, my preferred... It's probably, the best star power that you can use on this boss. Just keeping as many... Oh, we only got 3 defense. I wanted some offense. The defense is nice, though, not going to lie. 3 is going to help. Man, it still did 7 damage to him. It said that his offense was 8, but he still somehow did more damage than that. I'm pretty sure Bonetail's capable of doing 10 to 12 with a normal hit, and typically it goes for both of you, but because I have all these lucky badges equipped, it really just increases our chances of not getting hit at all, which is amazing. And because I'm really greedy, I ended up using a second power lift in a row. I'm like, no, I want offense. It didn't give me any offense, I'm going to take the offense. As a result, we're going to have an incredible amount of defense. Right now, it looks like we've got 5 defense and 2 offense. If it stacks, and I think it does stack, it might actually. That's insane. Anyway, Bobbery's bomb is great because it blows away that mist that makes you miss attacks. So even if Bobbery's initial attack misses, his blast will get rid of the mist for you. Very great. I don't think Vivian's Fiery Jinx gets rid of mist. And there we go. It seems like most of the time it's only good to go after him with an attack that's powered up by Power Lift. If you have no other choice, then you definitely want to go for a Power Smash with Mario's Hammer. That's why I equipped Hammer Man. I don't intend to do any jumping on this boss. Because he has 2 defense, Mario's individual jumps with a Power Bounce they're typically just not strong enough. And besides, it's easier and you're more sure to hit him with Mario's Hammer, his Power Smash. And already we have enough for another power lift if need be. That's the great thing about landing stylish moves. And that's another great thing about Power Smash, is that the stylish that you can pull off with it, you can do over and over. It's so great. So are we going to use another power lift, or are we going to try something different? Not going to use the Earthquake, because that would be a horrible idea. Can't select that, bro. Yeah, we can't jump because of our Hammer Man equipped. Power Smash is probably the best bet, yeah. Crush your toe. It seems like almost no attacks are going to hit Bonetail's skull. 7-7. Yeah, it seems like most of his attacks are around 8. And Feeling Fine, once again, none of his status elements will hurt you that way. Okay, I ended up using an Ultra Shroom. I'm glad that I used some of the items I brought along, otherwise I kind of would have been sad. And the Ultra Shroom is best used on Bobbery because he has the most HP out of all of us. When I first played this game, I used, as I've mentioned before, more HP and FP rather than BP. But particularly the HP. I had a lot of HP. It was really interesting seeing how quickly enemies were able to saw through it. And how much more trouble I had when I wasn't using, all these badges. But having badges for offense, luck, and keeping your FP use low, that's what I prefer. That's kind of the ultimate onslaught. Bonetail's just been missing us so much, and that is why it's great to collect Lucky Day. And if you really want to, what you can do, I've only seen one person do this, is farm the pretty lucky badges from this enemy you can find in the Rogueport sewers. It's like this kind of orange-shaped, like, spinny thing that just spins at you. It has 2 spikes on its head. I think it's called a spinia or a spoonia. Spunnia, it's something like that. They're pretty easy to defeat. They're incredibly weak. And if you have Miss Mouse's Kiss Thief, then it's more likely that you'll be able to snatch the item off them in battle. So just keep looking for them. They're the enemy who's most likely to hold pretty luckies. And of course, you have to be a little bit lucky to find them. Luckiness badges, I don't think, increase your chances of running into, like, enemies holding rare items, but it might. As far as I can tell, though, it tends to, for the most part. I guess that would have frozen us. They said that the breaths would confuse us or put us to sleep, but I'm pretty sure some of these breaths are, like, icy as well. Like, they can paralyze you or freeze you in place, and some are poisonous. There's just too many things that can go wrong with them. Oh, looks like I'm actually using a jelly. Oh no, an Ultra Shroom. Looks like we may never use a jelly Ultra. That's the great thing about conserving all the items. Now we can just use them without worrying at all. And you might have noticed some of the weird things going on in the stage, like a random worm dropping down from the ceiling and chasing away some of the audience members. I've had some strange things happen in the Pit of 100 Trials. There's this one time I was fighting 5 elite wizards, and you know how they multiply themselves when there's only one left? This really odd thing happened. Instead, a giant, like, jar appeared over the elite wizards, like, dropped over them, and then went back up, and it, like, shuffled their positions around. And that was, like, the only time I'd seen that happen, and it was kind of scary, because I'd never seen this giant, like, thing appear, and it's like, oh, I'm in the Pit of 100 Trials, and now there's suddenly something I've never seen before, like, helping my enemies out. And I know that on Bonetail's floor, the first time that I played this game, I got some really weird things to happen that were really bad for me. Like giant rolling boulders that were cutting down my HP, even when it was already pretty low to begin with. And also, sometimes I think the stage tried to freeze me, which was quite inconvenient if I do say so myself. I'm also not quite sure what the water dripping from the ceiling does. Like, I've seen occasionally water will just drip from the ceiling. Let's use this to blow away the mist. Wow, mist has, like, become kind of an issue here. Good thing that we have Bobbery on our side. Mist has kind of become an issue. But I think the water that occasionally drips down from ceiling during battles, if it hits someone, it removes, like, any stat changes to them. That's my guess. So that could possibly be good or bad. Like, if you put an enemy to sleep, it might wake them up. Or if they're confused, they might become unconfused. And by the way, confusing enemies can be very useful. There's a move that Vivian has called, I think, Infatuate that does it. Also, I'm using a Jelly Ultra here, so turns out that some of these items that I brought along are actually helping us out, which is making me happy. Bobbery really is the ideal partner for this fight. He just has so much HP, so he can tank those attacks, and then you can heal him back up. He's really very useful that way. I'm definitely probably going to have to heal him on this turn, because like he doesn't have much HP left to go around. The sad thing is, the first time I played this game and I was fighting Bonetail, I actually didn't have a... Bobbery wasn't even alive. Oh my god. I was really risking myself by risking Bobbery's life by having him attack. Oh, but Bonetail ended up using this tail to... Oh, I thought he was going to heal himself. We got lucky. We got lucky. We didn't die. Oh my god, I'm so happy. We really should be healing Bobbery. Maybe my past self just doesn't remember that Bobbery really needs healing right now. But I just don't think Bobbery can take another attack. Maybe I've just figured at this point that Bonetail's HP is so low that I don't care if Bobbery dies. That's pretty heartless, don't you think? Man, we are just dodging everything. We're dodging all of Bonetail's moves. Wow. Okay, this is intense. We're not healing Bobbery, and he's just being a badass and avoiding everything. Yeah, first time I played this, Bobbery was actually dead, so I couldn't use him against Bonetail. In fact, almost all my party members were dead. I had, like, only Yoshi. Oh, no, Bobbery ended up dying. Oh, right, we have a life shroom. That's why I didn't care, because we have 2 life shrooms. No wonder. So I was just going for an all-out onslaught. Even appealing. Wow, I'm seriously not taking Bonetail seriously. So you did see that Bonetail could heal himself. He can actually do that twice, so he could have a possible maximum of 240 HP. Yeah, like that. Since he's got a little bit more HP, that gives us more chances to attack him, which in turn will give us more star power, and perhaps even put us pretty close to full pretty soon. Are you getting an idea of what that means? It means that we're going to win this fight. And not only that, we're going to win it with style. And more style than 4 stylish commands could even pull off, and that's saying something. Bobbery may be in danger, but he's going to put his life on the line, use a bomb. Now Bonetail only has 13 HP. If we were to hit him with an attack that did, say, 15 damage, we could finish him. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Final attack in the game, final enemy, strongest power, Supernova. This is how you defeat Bonetail with style. You know, I feel kind of bad for GameCube controllers like the A button. This attack just wrecks it. Well, you put up a nice fight. Most of your attacks missed us, and we didn't have to use that many items. Sayonara, Bonetail. Or rather, Supernova. And he only gives you 1 star point, but once you beat him, there's really no one left to fight. Kind of like the Shadow Queen. Well, I mean, there was the Pit of 100 Trials after the Shadow Queen, but that's up to you. You could do the pit before the Shadow Queen, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. And we get perhaps the best badge in the game, actually, from defeating him, called Return Postage. But we're never going to end up using it. There's really no point. Because this is the last episode, and I'm ending it here. Makes direct attackers take half the damage they do. It's like a much stronger Zap Tap. Can you imagine using it on the Shadow Queen? Anyway, the last thing I have to say is this Let's Play went on far too long, so I'm glad it's finally over, and I hope you did enjoy it along the way. Now enjoy some awesome credits music.